What's going on, folks? Do a video on the Merch by Amazon website for those of you who are not familiar with it. Amazon has a program where any regular person, if you have an idea for a t-shirt design, you could create that design, upload it free of charge on Amazon or Merch by Amazon. And yeah, you don't have to pay any money. They supply the t-shirts, they gonna have the ink. They just print the t-shirt out and give you a cut of the money, and you set the price for the t-shirt. They don't set the price, and it's different tiers to it. I just got into it, just found out about it about 2 weeks ago. It took me about a week to get approved. You have to submit an invitation, which is pretty much your tax information, and they wanna know your background in art design or whatever. And it's gonna take a couple days, and maybe, like for me, it took a week. My cousin, it took him 4 days. So I guess it just all depends on what time you submit, what day you submit. But so when I first heard about it, it looked like for the most part, Amazon wanted you to use Photoshop, and I'm not too familiar with Photoshop. I actually just started learning about it today, and figured out all I need to know to get my designs on there. So as you can see right now, I'm on the Merch by Amazon website. I already got my account created. So these are the dimensions that Merch by Amazon wants you to have. Your artwork files must meet these specific specifications for a successful upload onto our platform. Now, when I first jumped into it, I mainly use Anime Studio, so I was trying to figure out how to match these dimensions in Anime Studio, and trying to figure out what 300 PPI, DPI RGB. I know that's some type of color. PNG, I was familiar with that, in the file size I was kind of worried about that, but I figured out how to do it with Anime Studio. So to jump into it, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you guys how the as you can see right here, they supply a template, but I'm just gonna show you guys the shortcut way I use the stick with Anime Studio. That way, if I make a character in Anime Studio, I could just go ahead and save it as a PNG without having to export it and save it and import it into Adobe Photoshop. Unless I wanted to do some other type of designs with it. But for the most part, I do everything in Anime Studio. So over here in Photoshop, this is the main area you wanna worry about. This box right here, where it says place your design here, hide this layer, and save this tab as a PNG. Now I could get into that, but I'm not. It's gonna be mainly for Anime Studio, but I just wanted to show you guys the area that you have to work with. This is your 4500 by 5400 pixels, and if you do import a image into Photoshop and you're not too familiar with it, just go to image size and you could change it right here. But let's go ahead and go over to Anime Studio. Alright, so the first thing with Anime Studio is you can see this blue box right here. This the canvas area. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your project settings, and you're gonna uncheck constrained proportions. Uncheck that. If we leave it on constrained proportions, it's gonna automatically enter. It ain't gonna let you select the settings you want. So you want to uncheck constrained proportions. Let's see, if we leave it checked, it's gonna automatically enter a different number. So you want to uncheck that. We got our 4500 width and our 5400 height. All that frame rate, it don't matter because we're not doing animations. And just click OK, and it's gonna bring your box to this size. Now looking at that square, that's matching up with this square right here in Photoshop, right? So all you have to do now is just whatever you make, just make sure it fits into this your canvas area. Now with Anime Studio, it could be tough getting if you're making a t-shirt or design with lettering, it'd be kind of tough getting it lined up or centered. But if you've been using Anime Studio for a while, I'm pretty sure you know the tricks of the trade. So let's just import an object so I can show you guys how it works. Let's go to General Import. I was messing around with it earlier, so I got this image right here, and I could just place it anywhere. As you can see, it's got a white backdrop to it. All that doesn't matter because we're gonna save it as a PNG. So imagine this area right here being the portion of your shirt that you want the logo on. And if we go back to our Photoshop template, you can see at the top of this box right here, you see where it says 1.5 inches. So at the top of your canvas area in Anime Studio, that's going to be that part. So if you want your logo to be, or your design to be that far up, then you know, put it right there centered. Or you want to take it, have it take up the full image, just go ahead and stretch it out. Alright, so let's go back to Anime Studio. So you know, I'm just gonna sit it right here, right at the top. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna review it or render it. Then we're gonna save it as a PNG. Taking a couple seconds. Alright, so let me go ahead and zoom out. So there we go, that's our design. We want to save it as a PMG, and just call this SAMP6. So we got that saved. Now we could go over to our Merch by Amazon dashboard, and you can select that image. This might take a couple seconds to load up. All right. Alright, so that's our design right there. If I want to change the way it's laid out, I had to go back into the Anime Studio and, you know, just move it around. And from here, I can show you guys the steps that you need to go through. Once you have your design, you can select whether you want it to sell men or women, youth, or all of them, and then you select your colors. I'm guessing because I'm new, I can only pick 5 colors. Pick your colors that you want your design to be on, and set your price. And you know, right here shows your estimated royalties. You know, so you can mess around with that. And that's about it, folks. You know, if you want me to dig deeper into it, show you guys how to do it with Photoshop, or show you some other things, just, you know, hit me up, let me know what you want to see. Right now I can only upload one design a day, so I already got one uploaded, and still waiting to see how the process is. You know, once you submit a design, they gotta review it, and I don't know how long that will take. But in the meantime, if I could upload one again tomorrow, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep uploading, keep giving it a try. Keep messing around with it. That's what they want you to do too. They want you to mess around with it, mess around with different designs and stuff like that. So, man, I should have deleted that. But folks, that is it. Any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comment section. I will get back with you. Anything else you want to see or want to know about this merch by Amazon, just let me know.